Okay, so we are going to look at creating a map based upon a destination you're going to and the different things you want to see and do. So I mentioned this a couple of times in the video, so I'm going to show you how to put it together like your own personal map. It's super useful because it helps you pinpoint places that you want to visit or things you want to see and do, but you can also map out routes and stuff on the map. So you come to your normal maps, Google Maps, google.com/maps. You have to be signed in to do this to your Google account. And then you come down to here where it says your places, and so you click on that. And then you click on maps, and so you can see all the different maps that I have made here, and then you could just click create map. Okay, so here let's put in, let's give it a title. So you click on that, and let's say we wanted to go to, oh, now I've got to think of a place. Let's say you were doing the Carolinas road trip. So there are different ways that you can go about this. So you have your layers, which you can categorize depending on what you're going to see and do. So the way I do it, so this is a Carolinas road trip. So that means we're going to have more than one place that we're going to visit. So I tend to name my layers then based upon the places that I'm visiting. So in the Carolinas, I'm going to go to Wrightsville, and I tend to just name all my layers first because I just find it easier. Charleston, and then let's just, for the sake of brevity, to keep this short, I think you get the idea, I'm going to call this one Outer Banks. Now I'm just going to show you, if you were doing just a city, like say New York, then the way I would do these layers would be then things to do and places to eat. And then I'd probably have another one for accommodation. You could put any label there that helps you plot things out and make sense of everything for when you go back and look over it. Okay, so now what we want to do is then add our points of interest to each of these sections. So I just want to click, let's start with Wrightsville. So I know in Wrightsville, that's Wrightsville and Wilmington. Let me just, Wrightsville, Wilmington. So it's Wrightsville Beach. So I know this destination quite well, so I can already add in some things. And I know that Elijah's Restaurant in Wilmington is a great place to eat. Okay? So you just pull it up, search for it and pull it up. And then, just one sec. Okay, so I had it here, and now I want to add it to my map because I know that's a place where I want to go and have dinner. So I hit add to the map, and then what I like to do is I like to color code things and give them certain symbols. So I may, if I'm doing a Carolinas road trip like this where I'm seeing different destination, and within each destination I'm doing a thing to do, a place to eat and a place to stay, I color code them. So all my places to eat, I might color code orange. And then I come to my symbol, and sometimes it's hard to distinguish what these ones are. These are the popular ones. You just click on more icons and then type restaurants. And then, okay. And so you click the restaurant, and then once you've, I think it was already there, but once you've chosen it, it will come up here for the next one that you put on. So from now on, all my restaurants will be orange in color, and I might make all my things to do green. Typically I make the like outdoor activities in national parks, state parks, all of that, I usually make them green. and then other things to do that may be like a tour or inside a building, I'll choose maybe a different color to make those. So let's think. In Wrightsville, I want to go to Wrightsville Beach. Okay, so this is a thing to do. So it's outdoors. Let's make it green, and then I can get more icons and add beach and put that in for the beach. Okay, there's the and you can, like, sometimes I forget the names of things, so you can just like search for it on the map, because you'll find some of the most important things are like this one, the Battleship North Carolina. So you can just click on that, add it to your map. It's a thing to do, and it doesn't involve the outdoors. I'm going to make it yellow, and it is a museum, so I'm going to, yep, and if I spelt that right, it will come up, and choose museum. Okay, and then let's just say I was staying at the Hilton. I think it's on the riverfront there. Yep. So I'm going to add it to map, and I'm going to make that one purple, and then there's a bed, and that is now on as my hotel. So that's just a few things I've done for you. And you can, like, if you put Elijah's here and it landed in Wilmington, and you're like, oh no, that's in Charleston, you can just drag and drop it down. So that's really easy, because sometimes they do end up landing in different places. You have to like click on the box. So if you're about to do Charleston, you have to click on the box there and then add in for Charleston. Like, let's say King Street, Charleston. It's a famous shopping street. So I'm going to add it to the map. I'm doing my things to do yellow, and then I can add in a shopping, and you can get as fancy with this as you want. Obviously it's going to take much more time when you are changing the colors and putting different icons in. You don't have to do that. You can just leave it the standard pin drop and the standard color. I just find this fun, and we create it for our readers as well, so it's just easier for them. So then you just plot that out for each section. Of course, say if you were just say doing this just on New York, then the same thing, things to do, you would go Empire State Building, and just to make this quick, I'm just going to leave it as that, and you can see it's come up here, and then you'd have places to eat, etc. You can easily delete layers. Okay, and so then the last thing I want to share that makes this really cool, you can zoom on out now, and you can see there are a lot of icons and stuff. Oh, I'm in New York, that's why I can click on here. And you can see then how the icons appear. And so when you're planning and plotting, you have a nice map where you can actually see by colorful icons where it is that you're going. And then the handy feature is, I'm just going to do it with these 3 ones now, but you can do it, I think you can do it up to 10 directions in one area. And you can separate it by days, and I'll show you that. Let me just show you what I mean by that. Let me get to one that's already done, 4-day Seattle itinerary. So you can see here I have day 1, Seattle City Center walking, and I'll zoom in and I'll click on that just so it pulls it up. But so then this is the day 1 here, and then that gives me on day 1 I know I'm going to go to all these areas. It's going to tell me how to get around, if I'm driving, walking, that sort of thing. So you can see I've got day 1 here, day 2 here, day 3, and then day 4 up the top. So it's really handy for that aspect. So you can separate it by days and destinations, that kind of thing. Okay, so here's how you do the driving. So say I'm at the beach, and then I go to the beach in the afternoon, and then I want to go to Elijah's for dinner. I want to go to the battle. No, I'm at the beach in the morning. I want to go to the battleship, then Elijah's for dinner, and then back to my hotel. So the battleship is my second stop. So I click on there and I hit directions. And over here you have, don't put a title on this until you've finished, because every time you update it, it changes the title to the direction that you're updating. So just wait until the very end. So I'm going to Wrightsville Beach. Now, if you see the directions, you've got Wrightsville Beach here, so you can click on that, but you also have Wrightsville Beach here with that little icon you've created. So you click on that one and see how it's put in. And you can, like, we're driving, but you can say, well, I want a bike ride, or I want to walk. The thing with the directions, when you do one layer of directions, it has to be the same mode of transport. So you could, if you're driving to some direction, some destinations, put like driving directions, and then in the next layer, put biking, the biking route or the walking route. So you have to do it separately like that. And then you just go add destination. And I don't like this. It does the mode where it puts it in yourself. It's really annoying. It's not accurate. So try and avoid that. And I don't even know how that happens sometimes. You just click in a random place and it does. So see, for this one, I'm going to Elijah's. No, you would drive that. You would drive that. Okay. And then I'm going to my hotel. And there it is, pops straight up. So there's my map. I have my directions. On that day, these are the things I'm going to do. And then you come to the title now, and you could say day 1, Wilmington. Or you could say walking tour of downtown New York, or bike ride through San Francisco. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you want those directions to be. And basically that's it. And then what's really good is you can share this. So if you're traveling with a group, you just come up here to share, and you have to change your settings. So you decide, do you want anyone on the public to access the file? Do you only want people who have the link to access it? So generally, if you're planning with a group of people and you want them to access this map and see it, you will at least click this one, anyone with the link. If you're creating an itinerary like this on the map and you think it's so wonderful that you want anyone in the world to be able to have access to your brilliance, then click on this one. Okay, so I'm guessing that you want this one. And then down here, it says can view or edit. So if you're traveling with a group of friends and you're planning together, I would recommend that you hit can edit. So that means they get access to your map and then they can go in and change things. You might be the head planner here and you might not want anyone to touch it and ruin what you've done. You might want them to just send you some notes as to possible changes. Then click can view. That way they can't edit the map and change it on you. And if you're doing it on the public web so anyone can access, I would definitely put just view, not edit, because you will have some random stranger somewhere who will come in and change the map, and then it's changed for everybody, which is probably not your intention when you're sharing it to the world anyway. And so you save that, and then you have the link, and you just copy that link and send it to the people you want to share it with. Put it on a blog or website if that's your intention with it, to share it with the world, or you can also invite people via their names or email addresses. Basically that's it. That's the map. And so you can preview it, you can print these off. So you would come to your preview, you could zoom in and out if you wanted more of a zoomed in picture, and then you can print that out, and then you can zoom it out and take a print of that as well. So there's loads that you can do with it, and it is a working document, so you can change as you see fit as you're traveling around as well. So very, very useful for planning, especially when you're planning with people. It is one of my favorite tools to use. I only discovered it last year, so I'm really happy to share with you, and I wish I had it for much longer, because it really has helped me so much with travel planning and just being really efficient and accurate and know exactly where and what I'm doing, so that when I actually get on the road, I can just relax and have fun. All right, thanks for spending time with me. I hope that helped you, and I'll see you all in the video training.